Hey there, welcome to the Million Dollar Marketing Show. I'm your host, Jodi Sodini. Dive deep with us into the marketing maze where we're going to tackle the big business questions head on, share expert insights, and crack the code on what it really takes to take your business to $1 million and beyond. Whether you're a battle-tested entrepreneur or just stepping into the arena, this podcast is your arsenal for strategies that hit the mark, expert advice that you can bank on, and of course, a good laugh or two. So grab your drink of choice, settle in, and let's get ready to turn your business into a powerhouse together. Hey there, it's Jodi Sodini. Welcome back to another episode of Million Dollar Marketing. So today I'm going to dive into a fascinating topic, which is maximizing your ad budget for business growth. So let's dive in. One of the most interesting things that I've observed in my line of work is the distinguishing characteristic between our best customers and those who might actually be struggling to grow their overall business, to increase their bottom line, to improve the overall, business revenue. So what do you think that common trait might be among our top performing clients? It's actually quite simple. It's their willingness to invest in their ad budget without hesitation. So we're going to dive into that a little bit here. So our best customers actually understand the power of scaling their ad budgets when the ads are working. It's like having an if this, then that automation in place, right? As long as our key performance indicators or KPIs are being met, they are open to scaling their ad spend without limit. And think about that. Like, why should they? If you're making $150,000 for every $30,000 that you're spending, doubling your budget to $60,000 in ad spend actually makes perfect sense. So some people might argue that like return on ad spend or ROAS declines when you increase your spending. And sometimes that does happen and it's time to throttle it back a little bit. But here's the thing. If you're still profitable and you're still making your KPIs work, you're still meeting those KPIs, then why slow down? So currency remains currency regardless of those return on ad spend fluctuations. Okay. I'm going to say that again. Currency remains currency regardless of the fluctuations in return on ad spend. So how do you know when it's time to like push the pedal down with your ad spend, right? Like gas full throttle. It really all comes down to knowing your numbers inside and out. So like understanding your average order value, understanding the conversion rates through your different funnels, and then also the potential scenarios based on like your increased spending is really key to making those informed decisions about your marketing budget. So if you find yourself being hesitant to increase your ad budget, despite having the resources and knowing your numbers, it might actually be a mindset issue. And I'm not really big into like woo-woo mindset, but this is one of those things that comes down to it. So while I'm not a therapist, I can tell you this. When you seize the opportunity for growth, it requires a shift in your mindset. Seizing the opportunity for growth in your revenue requires a shift in your mindset. If you're not ready to take on that leap, you might miss out on significant profits. Now, we also have this thing called risk aversion or risk tolerance, right? So some people are very risk averse. They want to play things very safe. They don't have a huge budget or a huge mindset for taking different risks. And then we have that concept of like risk tolerance, right? So personally, I have a high risk tolerance. I know that I'm willing to take a lot of risks in order to have a great reward. You could observe this from my history as a paramedic and firefighter for 13 years. I took on a lot of risk, calculated risk, and in very safe ways in order to have a great reward or outcome. And same thing is here with your marketing budget, with your ad spend budget. If you have that risk and you know everything surrounding it, your numbers very well, the predicted outcomes, the KPIs, and you operate within those guardrails, then the risk tolerance could be quite high. Like you could say, all right, I'm in. So you have to really understand all of that so that you're not missing out on the potential for really significant profits. So it's actually a wrap for today's episode. I told you it was going to be a short one, but just remember that maximizing your ad budget can really be a game changer for your business. If you're ready to explore how we at Sodini Marketing can help scale your ads profitably, I want you to head over to sodinimarketing.com and schedule a call with me. So I don't want you to let fear hold you back from reaching your full revenue potential. Okay. We can talk about risk tolerance. We can talk about projections. We can talk about what scaling your ad spend looks like. All right. Until next time, Jodi Sodini signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the $1 Million Marketing Show. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the world of marketing, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, drop us a review and spread the word to your fellow entrepreneurs. Your support means the world to us, and it really helps us reach more entrepreneurs just like you. Until next time, remember that in business, if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. I'll catch you on the next episode.